Thank you for taking this moment to breathe and to listen to what can change your life forever. My name is Ragnar Zinikas, and I'm the founder of Starpreneur TV, How to Dominate the Decade Talk Show, World Women Conference and Awards, the creator of Call Desk, the coach of the Changemaker, and co-author for the book Dominate the Decade. My mission is to empower through education, and thank you for taking the moment to be with us. Today, I have the honor to talk with Love Charmaine from Dubai, and we are going to talk about the art of negotiations and how to rise from failure. So, Love, can you tell us who you are? Why are you doing what you're doing? And why are you in Dubai?
Good evening, everyone. Warm greetings from the land of luxury shopping and intermodal architecture. We call Dubai as the concrete jungle. I'm here as an expat for almost 8 years. Almost 9 years. And I started my journey when I left Philippines 9 years ago. I am a mother of 5 children, all girls. And I was working in the government for 10 years before I came here. Life is tough in the Philippines, and seeing my children growing up and hearing their ambitions, I felt so scared and asking myself, can I support these children? As a mother, there is no compromise and there's no alibis in terms of supporting your child's dreams. So I brave myself. I fly to Dubai, and I left my children, I left my parents looking for a greener pasture. And Dubai embraced me well. I am now a country manager for operations in a multinational group of companies, but I started very humbly. I started as a document controller, wherein I'm just earning a little bit of money, but much better than I'm earning in the Philippines. So I stayed and I worked hard. 2 years in my life, I've been struggling emotionally because I'm missing my children. But at the back of my mind, I said, I need to do this for them. So I climbed the ladder of the organization, and now I am the country manager for operations, handling more than 1,000 staff in the site. And 3 years ago, when things are going well with my position in the company, I started my own event and talent management company because I am a member of Toastmasters International. Toastmasters is a platform of public speakers, and I love public speaking. I am a graduate of philosophy, and I love debating. I love to talk in front of people, and I love to convey my message. And another thing is I love to empower women because I have 5 children and I have to empower them. And the best thing to empower them is to empower other women. Be a model to your kids. So I started my own events and talent management company. I organize events from scratch. It's very tough to start. Always as an entrepreneur, it's very hard in the beginning. But always be consistent, know your purpose, be determined, and nothing is impossible. Now I have been doing the Global Women Empowerment Summit. And last year, my event was the only women event outside the government that is the under patronage of a royal family. And I'm only the one organizing events in Dubai, which is for free. I'm running with the help of my sponsors, my very generous sponsors, who are helping me empower women through arts, through fashion, and keynote speeches. I established my reputation because of my purpose and my determination to help other women. Dubai is a big bowl of mixed culture. Maybe more than 100 cultures are here, more than 100 nationalities are here. And even more, I can see women who needs to be empowered because so many housewives here are just at the houses. If They're just very dependent to their husbands. So I'm talking to them, join the event, be empowered, start your own. I don't want you to be like rebellious to your husbands, but you have to be like independent. That is being an empowered woman and being an empowered wife, helping your husband because it's equally helping each other, the man and the woman. It's not fighting or it's not competing, it's equally helping each other, right? And when I was in the, before I reached a country manager for operations position, I was in the business development department, wherein I do biddings for the company. Alhamdulillah, God is great. Maybe because of your speaking skills and your determination and your you know who you are and you know what you want in your life. I'm closing a lot of deals. I closed maybe multi-million deals for the company. And when we are established and everything, they forwarded me to country manager for operations to take over on the operations. Now the deals that I'm closing is still ongoing, and the clients are still looking for me. Where's Charmaine? Why she's not attending biddings anymore? Well, I'm already in the operations, and the important thing in negotiation is you have to establish a relationship. That's it.
So what would you say, just to go very briefly back, you mentioned your here and there words, purpose and passion. So in order to get to know you better, what is your passion and purpose in life?
Actually, as a woman, now that I'm juggling different roles in my life, I have a lot of purpose. When I came here, and I'm asking myself why I'm here. I'm supposed to be in the Philippines and taking care of my children because I am a mother. When the time came that my father got very sick, and if not of the thing that I'm here, I don't think that I can survive him because a lot of money needs to be involved. And if I'll be in the Philippines, where I'll get that money? Well, only God knows what will happen, but it's important to have funds to support him. At that time, I realized why God sent me here. Alhamdulillah, my father is very well now. And that's one realization that I know. Another passion that I have is helping women. Aside from instilling to my children that very independency and being being true to yourself, be firm to yourself. Instead of telling it to them, I'm showing it to them. And I believe that in the law of karma, if you will help others, you cannot help your own. I mean, you cannot just do something for your own. So if you do something for others, other will do something for yourself.
Beautiful. How do you distinguish yourself in business and in life?
Well, in business, I'm not really that big time businesswoman. I'm just a nearly 4-year entrepreneur when I started my event and talent management company. It's it's very difficult. It's very hard, especially that I am an expat here. Maybe it will be easier if I'll be in the Philippines because it's my own country. That's here. Racism is here. Discrimination is here. So it takes for someone to be in this position to be to have this kind of reputation now. It's not an easy task. You have to have sleepless nights, hard work. If you can mingle with people, sometimes you have to swallow your own pride because this is not your country. But it doesn't mean that you have to step on yourself. You have also to say something, but you have to prove to them that your intention is good, that your purpose is good. Even other nationalities who are even their own nationality was been organizing events here, they are letting people pay. But for me, I'm very proud of myself that since Global Women Empowerment Summit starts, I didn't ask for any payment for the event. It's a free event for women because I believe that if you want to empower women, how about if a woman who wants to attend and she cannot pay, so she cannot be empowered. So it's like contradicting. So I really preferred it to be free event, and all women can attend. Whoever is willing, we are open. And as a in life, I am a very tough mother because I've been raising my children single-handedly. I'm a single mother of 5. You cannot imagine. People are telling me, "What? How are you doing it?" I said, "I don't even know how I'm doing it." But for me, the hardest thing to raise a child is how to make them a better person. Every day, I'm telling them that as long as I'm here, you have to study hard because my life and my work here is not very certain. Anytime I can be terminated. So since that I'm still in a good position, so you have to work hard and grab the chance to to study hard and do your job.
It's interesting. How do you actually? I think there's a lot of mothers which are watching, and how do you manage that? You're not there, and how can you still have that, let's say, authority that they still look up to you and sort of really follow your footsteps and being a role model. It's really really tough, not just being a single mother having a 5 but not really living with them. So how do you really manage to do that?
The first thing that you need to do is communication, constant communication. If you can, since from the start, I've been talking to my children every day, every single day, no miss, because it's very important for me to take care of them, even I'm miles away from them. Communication is very important. Second is prayers. Third is showing to them that you take care of them, you care for them. And the first thing that you can show that is by taking care of their needs. After my salary, you cannot imagine, sometimes way back years before. Salary came, went to the Philippines, next day I don't have money anymore. But as long as they are taken care of, their needs in the school, whatever they need for their education and daily needs is taken care of, I am okay. That's the sacrifices of a mother. Because what's the purpose of having here and I cannot even support them. The another thing is maybe prayers. Prayers is very important. It gives you strength. And I know the power of divine being taking care of your children because you cannot be there. I mean, we cannot just divide our body and to be there and I'm here to work. So that's prayers, constant communication, and being a role model and pure intentions.
So if we talk about how to raise from failures, what is your experience? Why is it that topic so close to your heart?
I've had a lot of failures in my life. First is my marriage, and that really made me so tough. You know, in failures, you can be very strong. If you'll just see the good or the better perspective, the like, positive aspect of that failure, that will make you really a better person. I call myself titanium. After all my failures, I said, I am titanium. No one can shoot me down. If you're familiar with the song, I Am Titanium, it says, no one can shoot me down because of all the failures that I've experienced. And I'm still capable and we're able to reach this reputation. And I have my own company. I have 2 professionals already. And that's what matters most. I mean, I'm here with all the sacrifices and I have already a medical technologist. I have a nurse who are all both frontliners during COVID. It makes me so proud. And in failures, there are so many things that you need to learn from failures. There are people who will leave you. There are people who will mock you, stab you at the back, that you didn't realize that why. But then you have to weigh things. You have to weigh situations. Not all battles is worth fighting for. If those people needs to go, let them go. People who are your people can stay and will stay with you. Even they will show you, you will show them your tiger attitude, or even you will show them how hard you are. If you are, this is your people, they will stay.
What are your preparations, or how do you prepare for successful negotiations?
Well, in negotiations, there are so many things we need to follow, because negotiation is a very vital skill for a professional in today's business environment. In my negotiations, the very basic thing in negotiating is, you have to have good delivery skills. You have to talk well. Second is you have to have proper choice of words. You have to be professional. The third is you have to be patient. And fourth, you have to be neutral in your feelings. You don't have to be very emotional during negotiations, because it might ruin your goal. But the first thing that you need to do in the bargaining table is, first, shake hands. Shaking of hands is very important. Now that we cannot shake hands anymore because of COVID, then maybe you can smile, or you can put your hands on your heart and then bow or smile, whatever. But that is very important part in negotiations. It's like a simple gesture, but it has a major impact on the outcome of the negotiation. It is like giving them thing that at the beginning, at the end of a negotiating session, it conveys a willingness to cooperate and reach a deal. So it's like promoting camaraderie, building a good position in before the start of the negotiation. The second thing is not letting stress and anxiety affect your demeanor. If you have stress and if you're anxious before negotiating, leave it in your homes, or leave it in the office before going to another office. You cannot be anxious and stressed while negotiating. It will affect your decisions. So set aside, focus on the negotiating table, focus on your goals, and set aside all the stress, other problems in your life, because you need to win this negotiation. Because stress and anxiety might affect your decisions, or you might be very vulnerable while doing a decision, while making the bargain with other people. The third thing that you need to know is, don't neglect the other side's perspective. Now, negotiation is a two-way street. In to be opening and okay. Instead instead of the third thing is, don't neglect the other side's perspective. So you need to be a very good listener. Instead of being just conscious of your goals or what you can gain from the negotiation, you have also to hear the other side's point of view. It will make you more knowledgeable on what is their goal, what is their purpose to gain. It's easier for you to make decisions, and rather than simply asking what the other person is hoping to gain, seek to understand the reason behind their motives. Another negotiating tips is, listen to the other side throughout the negotiation process that can reveal key details about the goals they want. So be a good listener. It doesn't mean that you need to, if you're in negotiating table, you don't need to talk and talk and talk. You can also listen. Listening is a very important skill in negotiations, because sometimes when we ask questions, we are answered, but we never listen to the answer. And the other person will feel that. It's a turn off thing. So whenever you ask question to your negotiator or the other party, you need also to listen to the answer. Because other people, for example, for me, I have an experience. I'm being asked during negotiation of a question, but when I answered, she's not even minding me or she's not even listening to me. The fact that she just wants to ask question, but when I answered, she's not even listening to me. So don't do that. It's a turn off to the other side. It means like, oh, she's just thinking of himself or herself. So you have to be a listener during negotiation. And instead of asking your the other person why, because you're like accusing them of why you do that, why you do this, try to ask what. The word what is very important from the word why during negotiations, because what is giving them opportunity to explain why they do certain things. What led you do that? What inspires you to do that, or what pushed you to do that, instead of why did you do that? It's already an accusing question, like how the hell you're doing it, or why did you choose that, or why is your why is your things has been doing this way. But instead, ask what is the reason behind why you did this, what led you made that, or what is the reason of what inspires you that it came to that point. So why and what is very important in negotiations. Another thing is using aggressive and accusatory language. So that is the what and the why, another thing. And then instead of using I, always use the word we. Can we do it, or how can I do it? It's not a good say. So you have to, instead of I, always use the word we. Always let them feel that you need their help and you need their, I mean, decision as well, so that you can have a win-to-win negotiation. Another thing is immediately giving into ultimatums. Sometimes some negotiators are like pushing you to the end. No, if they are asking you to answer right away, just leave it. Not all questions needs to be answered during negotiations. Some can be, okay, if they will ask you a question like this and you cannot yet ready to answer, leave it and open a new topic. You just don't need to answer right away. If you're pushed in the limit, just do another topic, or else change it to another question. Give them another question instead of answering that and putting it into ultimatum. You are already trapped. So be flexible, make it funny. Negotiations also not to be very serious. Sometimes we need to laugh. You'll never know, some ice would be break while you are doing or um, throwing some funny things, but not really that funny. Some just breaking the ice of monotony or being tensed during the negotiation. That's very important. And the last thing that I need to want you to know during negotiations, never lose sight of your values. Always remember who you are. What is your designation? Always remember what company you are representing. Don't ever forget that, or else your boss will terminate you after your negotiation. So don't lose sight of your values. Be patient, be firm, be accommodating, be compassionate, but always know what you want, who you are, and who you are representing. That's it.
So what is the biggest deal that you have won based on those tips? Like in a dollar amount, in a sense.
I started in the company as a business, document controller, and then I'm promoted to the personal assistant of the CEO, the company. And then I was promoted to the business development department, wherein I've been doing product presentations and biddings. In my 3 years in business development department, this is where I established my connections. These connections are helping me now with my events. These are the companies getting me for their corporate events. These are the companies who's helping me with sponsorship and giving me more sponsorship, to connecting me to other people, bigger connections. And the biggest thing that I've in 3 years, maybe I've closed 100 million deals. 110 million dirhams. So it's in just 3 years, because I was shifted to operations after that.
That was in to buy in currency, or what
Yes, in
currency?
Dubai currency,
Uh,
110 million dirhams.
I,
So
I
you will divide it by 3.65. It will maybe
It's okay. Just a funny fact. So I'm sometimes going maybe too much into details. I just wanted to give the audience a relevance in a sense that if you have done that type of deals, that we are not talking about negotiations on $10,000, $20,000,
yes.
$100,000.
And in doing the negotiations, the very important thing while you are having this journey, you have to build your connections. In negotiations and biddings, you have to be very smart. If you need connections and doing the tenders, you need help, you need to get help. Because even a single fill, zero point 0.5 or 0.25 fill difference, we lost your million. So you have to be very particular with it, very meticulous in doing your bids and preparing your tenders. And this cost hard work, sleepless nights, and dedication.
And what would you say, now being entrepreneur yourself for the last 4 years, what have you really seen? Like, what are the common challenges that the entrepreneurs have when they are building their businesses? It can be when you build it in Dubai, particularly, because we know that in every single culture we have different, like, technicalities, let's say, but also, like, you now are establishing the global business for yourself. So what have been the biggest challenges for you?
For me, I'm taking entrepreneurship very coolly. I mean, keeping it cool. The thing is, they want me to leave my work to start a business. But I didn't leave my work while starting a business. And I know that it is a very smart decision for me to do. If you will start a business and this is only your source of income, you will chase money like crazy. For me, while I'm doing my business events, I'm negotiating with clients. I'm pretty well relaxed because I'm receiving my salary at the end of the month. Even if I have events or not, I closed events deal or not, even if I have done so many events and then I have less income or profit, I'm okay with it because it's just an additional money for my monthly sustenance to my children. So I never left my job. The only thing that really made difficult for me is it took toll in my health. I barely sleep because after my day job, I work on my events job. Can't imagine I only have like 2 to 3 hours of sleep, and I have to I've it take toll on my health, and I realized that. But if you are feeling weak physically, but then your determination is like, no, I have to succeed. I have to change this level of um, thing in my being an entrepreneur. Your passion will always energize you. It's just like maybe I cannot sleep because I have so many things I want to do. It's not because that I don't have time to sleep, because I have so many things that I want to do. I don't want to sleep. I want the day to be like 24 hours, always morning, so that I'll do my things every time that I want to. I said, oh my God, it's already night. How can I go to a meeting, or how can I follow up to a hotel venue or whatever? So those things are the challenges for me because I am a working entrepreneur. I'm not really a full-fledged entrepreneur, but it really helped me because, as I said, my clients in the company is also my clients in my business. There's no contradicting factor because we are a different scope of business that we're dealing. We are into steel, facilities management, and I'm into events. Actually, I'm even helping the company into workshops and other trainings for the staff. And so it's complementing. And I'm very happy that it's complementing. I have a salary every month and have a people who are helping me in my events in my company. And my boss is very supportive because he knows that I'm a single mom and I need really extra. I really believe on Warren Buffett's idea of don't let to have only one source of income. Always find many sources of income so that whenever the other thing will not be doing well, you still have another thing to um, to get upon.
So, but how would you comment on a sentence that in the beginning of our entrepreneurial journey, we chase the wealth, and in the second part, we chase the health?
And then, as I said, if you really look for, there's so many reasons to start a business. For other people, they start a business really to gain funds. I mean, to have to earn a fortune. Well, that's very basic for everyone. We start a business because we want to have an extra income or we have to have a good source of money. But then at the start, well, all entrepreneurs, aside from the family businesses who are really already there, but for the SMEs, the startups, we are really striving. I mean, we are really struggling. But then the important thing for us is even if we do this certain kind of business, let's have to have another kind of business. I mean, we don't have to focus on just one business. You have to be diverse. Your business should be diversified. And I learned that from my boss. He said you need to have a group of companies because if this company is not doing well, the other company will be complementing the loss of the other company. So even if we started a very small company and then we have another small company, at least we have diverse business that we started because we'll never know what happened, especially now in COVID. We cannot do events, no more events. So how can we get sponsorship? So since that I have a job, it's good that I didn't leave my job or else I will be like crazy where to go. So I know it's a lot of sacrifice, but that's part of life.
Okay. Thank you very much, everybody who has joined our call here in Zoom, and everybody that you're looking at Facebook Live. Before I ask your 3 recommendations how to dominate the decade, if you who you are watching have a question, have a comment or recommendation, please leave it here in the Zoom area which says chat, or you can also use the below the live video, the comment section, and you can leave your comment, your question there. I am looking at the Ragnar Sinika's profile. Nevertheless, if you're watching under Coral Desk, you can leave the message, comment there, and after the session, we will take care of them. So none of the questions will be, all of the questions will be answered. So Love, what would you say your 3 recommendations how to dominate the decade?
Well, my 3 recommendations on how to dominate the decade. First, you have to collaborate. You cannot just live alone. No man is an island. Even how powerful you are in your line of business, you will be more powerful with the help of others. So collaborate as much as you can. It will not lessen your prestige or your connections. It will add more to your prestige and your connections. So collaboration is the first very important thing to dominate the decade. The second is be different. Don't be like others. There are so many people who wish to be someone like someone. Be different. Stand or create a brand of your own. Because if you will just be someone else, or you will be just following someone else, you'll be like a commodity. You can be seen everywhere. But if you have a brand of your own, you have you have a you are different from the market, they will look for you. So be different and be true to yourself. The third in how to dominate the decade is be someone to create the demand. People are answering, other entrepreneurs are just answering the demand of the public. Don't do it. You create the demand. Tell them that they need this. Tell them that we need to do this. And tell them this is important and needs to be done. Don't just follow and answer them what are the demands of the client. Sometimes there's so many people are starting their business because this is a demand. This is the fashion. No, to dominate the decade, you create the demand. Do something different and let them realize that it's important. That's it.
Beautiful. So let me see if we have here. What is the one book that has impacted your life the most?
The first book that impacted my life the most is The Four Rules of Execution. This is a negotiation book, but also a life book, because I've already applied it even to my personal life. Four Rules of Execution is it's more of the power of detachment. The power of detachment to things, even to relationships, which is very important for a mother to be detached to your children, but you have to let them out of their own.
Another question, what would be your dream job?
My dream job is not really very certain, but I want to be influential person. Someone who can influence people. Someone who can, I want to hear someone else saying that I want to be part of that event. How can I be part of that event? And then someone will say to him, if you want to be part of that event, contact that woman. She is your way to that event. So this is how influential you are to the person, that she needs to go through you to realize her dreams. So I want to be that person. I don't have any profession or certain profession that I want. I just want to be influential.
How do you define success in your personal and professional life?
There's only one thing that I define success in my life, and that's I'm very certain if my children will be finishing their degrees, having their own jobs, they're independent, and they are good people. I know I am very successful at that time. There's no amount of success in your business or in your professional work within the failure of the family. How can you be successful in your professional life if your children are not? So if you are a mother, the success of your children is your success.
Beautiful answer. Who is your coach and mentor?
My coach and mentor is my father. I really don't have that. Even I'm not being motivated by motivational speakers. Sorry. Because I've been through with life. And the only strength that I have, and the only inspiration that I have is my parents. Especially, of course, my children. But the most important thing is my parents, the foundation that they've given me. Because, even if they have so many problems, you're into different troubles, if you think that there are parents who love you, that whatever will happen to your life, you have parents to go back to who loves you and will understand you. That's all I need.
Beautiful. So if someone wants to, what is the country you want to still visit?
I am an organizer of Global Women Empowerment Summit. So last year when I started it, when I had a Global Women 2019, the wife of the Prime Minister of Bhutan messaged me that she wants to have a Global Women Empowerment Summit in Bhutan. I am also contacted by people in Peru, one of the events organizers there, that they want to collaborate with me to have an event in Peru. And because this COVID happens, it was all halted. And I will be doing the event for global women here in Dubai for this year. Next year, I will be in the Philippines. I'm hoping that every year I will be going to different countries to do the Global Women Empowerment Summit. So no particular country, but I'm looking on the Southeast Asian countries who needs more empowerment for their women, especially Bhutan, Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, Philippines, of course, and especially here in the Middle East, wherein this is a very big melting pot of mixed nationalities.
You seem to be successful. Are you mainly a manager or a leader?
I am a leader. I am not a manager. I'm not putting that position in my head. I just want to lead women. I want to lead people. Even in my job, I don't treat my staff as my staff. I treat them as my children. Even personal things, their armpit are smelling. I'm very concerned about it. I mean, I don't want people to be mocking at them because they are part of the family. They are part of the company. So even how very personal things are, I'm taking it very personal. So I'm taking myself as a leader because I want to lead people out of my own. I'm even treating them as my children. All people, I'm just looking at them like my children because I want only good for them.
What is the most difficult lesson you have had overcome, and what did you learn from it?
The hardest lesson that I've overcome is when I got my, actually I'm not yet divorced because there's no divorce in the Philippines. And I'm still married, but we are not together anymore. So I'm singly supporting my children. From that experience, I realized that being a parent needs a lot of sacrifice. Even though you want to make the family intact for your children, but you have to realize that before molding good people out of your children, you have to secure yourself. You have to you have to build yourself because you are the role model of your children. How can they be growing independent and growing strong and growing like you want them to be if you yourself cannot even show it to them? So I went out of the marriage just to rebuild myself because during the journey it was like so devastating. I cannot see myself. And my father told me, I didn't send you to school and let you finish college just to be like this. There are so many. That's why when I wanted to quit and I want to give up, I just realized that my children are watching me. They're watching to me and they need me. So I have to be strong as I am, even though just deep inside it's so like, oh my God, I need to rest. But you cannot just quit. So rest if you must, but don't quit.
So if someone wants to follow you or someone wants to contact you, how they can do so?
Well, the company that I raised in Dubai has been doing a very good reputation in building social awareness and creating legacy events is Prodigy Bureau. So we are in Instagram in Prodigy Bureau under the name of Prodigy Bureau, and in Facebook we are in Events and Beyond. I'm trying to change it, but the Facebook doesn't allow me, so I just led it on. And I am managing world-class speakers. I have speakers from USA, from Belgium, from Singapore, Portugal, in different topics. So in my as a global speaker provider, my reputation is I'm providing quality speakers. In other speakers bureau, they have 100 of speakers in their bureau. For me, I have less than 20 because I only have quality speakers. I don't care of money. I need and I care for the relationship with my clients. Because these clients, if they really like you and they really like your product, they will always come back to you again and again. And that's more important.
So what is the final message to everybody that joined the call and are watching us? What would you like to say before we close the session?
I would like to thank you, Ragni, for giving me the opportunity to talk here. It's been an honor. I would like to collaborate with you soon. I would love to have you in my own platform, the Global Women Empowerment Summit. I am creating this Prodigy Bureau Global Women Speakers who will be with me in empowering women in the world. I just realized I cannot do it alone. So I built this Prodigy Bureau Global Women Speakers. I collaborated with Dr. Caroline Macaca under the Ladies of All Nations International. And I will be collaborating with you with your very beautiful and powerful platform as well. I recognize people who are greater than me. I never put things that I am the best or whatever, I am the great. No. I always put myself, oh, you are the great. You are best, you are better than me. That way you will always learn. That way you will always yearn to learn and to improve. And you'll never know. You will be helping them and they will be helping you. Because the important thing in this world is always continue and yearn to learn and again and again.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for investing your time into our community. We heard a powerful story today. Another global citizen who has traveled the world and made herself up in or self-made woman in Dubai, which I'm pretty sure is not a easy journey. And
Yes.
whoever has been traveling and whoever has tried to build a business in another country, you know what I'm talking about. So,
And the thing that I want to tell you again is, as a global speaker provider and a manager of world-class speakers, I realized that the best motivational speakers are the self-made people. These are the self-made entrepreneurs. Their stories are just amazing. This is these commercial motivational speakers, they are nothing. I mean, I don't want to tell them that they are nothing, but for me, seeing so many platforms of speakers, I realized the best motivational speakers are the self-made entrepreneurs because they've gone a lot in life and they know what they're fighting for. So I salute to them.
let me put, I think we have, would you like to have a microphone, John?
I think John wants to answer a question.
Let me see why it doesn't give me, we can't hear you. Let me try to put the microphone on for you. Interesting. For some reason, my control doesn't do anything when I want to put you on. Maybe you can unmute yourself on the screen.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, all I want to say, my dear, is maraming salamat.
Oh, walang anuman po.
And also, now that you are in Dubai, Shakushmaku, you know where that is, right?
Yes.
That's all right. Okay. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So thank you everybody who joined us today. I hope that you picked up some good notes on negotiation skills. Maybe you can start to use some of the tips that Love Charmaine was sharing with us. Today, you have the choice. You have the choice to take action on your life, and you can become the hero of your life. But not only that, you can become the hero of someone else's lives by sharing this video, because you never know who needs to hear exactly what we were discussing today. Or maybe Charmaine's story is so inspirational that someone who has been always fighting with themselves whether to move to another country, whether to take the leap of faith and start their own life again. Maybe that is an inspiration that someone needs today. So be the hero of your own life and someone else's life. I will see you on Monday at the same time, at the same place. Be blessed. Have an incredible weekend. Keep safe. If your country is already opened, still keep safe. I know that everybody wants to run and be free and do all the stuff, but keep yourself free. Keep yourself free and keep yourself safe. So thank you very much. I know it's very late in Dubai. Thank you for taking this live call that late at night for you. And
My pleasure.
Keep up shining, and we talk very soon again. Thank you,
Yes.
everybody. Have a
See you soon.
Bye-bye.